Alright, I'm at the Mass Firearms School in Holliston. This is the first official step in getting my license to carry an FID card. So I need to take a basic firearm safety course, and from that I can then apply at my local police department. And this is going to be the first time I've picked up a weapon in 16 months. This is my training course, which I have for the FID and license to carry. Alright, we're now about halfway through the training class, and we're going to be loading some dummy rounds into pistols and revolvers to get a feel for it.
So if you're right-handed, left-handed, sometimes you shoot which one. With that other hand, come up underneath, stick a couple fingers through that cylinder hole.
That's going to ensure
it's
that
going to allow you to hold that cylinder open while you throw.
From here, there's two different ways we can
go
start
up underneath, you stick
slide
fingers
forward.
through there.
Alright,
there you go.
First one I want you guys to do
this one's going to
is to hit this on the left-hand side of fire.
What that's going to do is going to allow you to
push that down with your right or your left. I mean, you saw your right thumb, perfect, or your left thumb, whatever works out. So right there is one of the two methods.
That's going to allow you to do it.
As you go further into your shooting career, there's
primary hand and
different techniques, but for now, this is what we're going to work on. Alright, so right now we have a round in the chamber.
Come up,
you want to take the magazines out.
through there.
A little
That's
button
going to allow
here
you to
called
hold
the
it.
magazine release.
You'll
Press
the
that.
primary hand.
Take it out, set it down. And now take your left hand,
safety check,
and there's the
the
rib
cylinder
area here.
Alright, it's a quick thing,
middle,
it's very
whatever
obviously unloaded.
Go ahead and just give that like a quick hard pull back. And that's just going to drop that round out. Perfect. So now, insert the next the same magazine.
Keep your finger off the trigger. Alright, and the first and last thing we're going to do when we touch a weapon, whether it's revolver, pistol, shotgun, rifle, doesn't matter. First and last thing is always a safety check. Alright, so with revolvers it's pretty simple. With your primary hand, you're going to pick that pistol up, and you're going to point it in that safe direction with one hand. Go ahead and do that now.
How you guys doing?
Alright, so what that does is it lets you know what your primary hand is. It also sets you up so that you can bring that other hand up and underneath. Stick a couple fingers through that cylinder hole. Alright, that's going to allow you to do a safety check. Alright? All you're going to do is glance at this cylinder face. It's either empty or you'll see a bright metallic cartridge staring right at you. Once you do the safety check, again, it's a very quick, instantaneous thing. It's just something that's important. You grab these rounds. You load them. Just watch that barrel. You don't want to. You want to make sure it's downrange. Alright. So start feeding them in. Alright. They won't go in backwards. They will not fit directly into the barrel. There's no real wrong way to do it.
You get a visual inspection and look down the chamber, or down into the chamber.
Once you have those in there, go ahead and close that cylinder. Rotate it up and in. You'll hear a click.
Just make sure there's nothing in there.
Alright, that click is positive feedback, letting you know it's indeed loaded. That's all it takes to load the revolver. Alright, it's a very, very simple proposition. To unload, it's the same process, just backwards. The only difference is there's a serrated button on the left-hand side. That's getting pushed forward towards the front of the barrel. And you apply pressure to that cylinder to rotate it back out.
Learn to actually release that slide.
Alright, now to take these casings out, these plastic ones, they're a little unrealistic. If you tilt back, they tend to fall out. That's not going to happen in real life. Brass ones will heat up, they'll expand, they'll get stuck in that cylinder. So up front is an ejector rod, looks like a little pencil. You're going to push on that, it'll help extract those casings, you'll tip it back a little bit. Alright.
Alright, so
you might have to rotate the cylinder a little bit. They should fall right out. Alright. Once you have them out, the last thing you're going to do, check that cylinder face. You know, it's that safety check. Last thing. Once you check it, and you go, okay, it's indeed loaded. You can just put it back right down on the table. That's the load and unload procedure. You guys did great.
Alright, the next thing we're going to do is fire cert guns. These are elaborate laser pointers. They look like pistols, they're weighted like pistols. They don't actually fire, they're not actual guns, but we're going to get used to looking down the sights, and we're going to see exactly where we're hitting to get used to being more accurate. And this is the last step before we get to fire actual weapons. So this is going to fire a laser to show that I'm doing it, that I'm aiming correctly. You can get where I'm. Oh, there we go. I'm bouncing up and down to the left of the target.
Extend your arms out, facing the target.
Headshot, top
Side
one.
alignment.
Bottom one.
Very last
Alright, I am mine at the range. This is going to be my first time firing a weapon in 16 months, and I'm really excited.
Alright, who's next? Come on up, man.
Alright.
How you doing today?
Good.
Alright, ever shotgun before?
Yeah.
Okay, well then it's nothing new. Today's going to be real simple. 2 magazines, semi-auto, 1 cylinder revolver.
Everything we learned in
Alright,
class,
so
we're
load the
gonna apply
magazine,
to this shoe.
you insert it,
Shoulder width apart.
send that bolt forward,
A good grip on that
you're ready to go.
firearm.
Go ahead and give me a good grip.
Our picture sight's very important. That's our front sight post
Thumbs
and our rear
forward.
sight post, just like the training.
Alright, you might want to put this one underneath this guy. You want to think of it as if your dominant hand is your foundation.
Okay, alright. I thought he
Once
said
you
the
lock
opposite
that
with the
on,
thumbs, but
it's
I've
game
always
over.
just heard that.
You just, yeah, I mean, you'll find kind of what works with you too with experience, but to start out, you want that primary hand to be dominant. Alright, so, whatever feels good for a stance, you're going to line these sights up, alright? So you want the tops of them to be even. But your focus is going to be on the front sight tip. Lay it over your keep the focus on the front sight. Whenever you're ready,
Now what kind of gun is this?
this is a Ruger. It's just a basic 22 trainer. Forever, they're real popular.
It's really not. Do you have any questions before we start? Let's get her done. Which one do you want to shoot first?
There you go, bullseye.
You want to shoot this one? Alright. So with this one here, the only thing you have to do is pull the trigger, alright?
Alright, well I just got done shooting. I had a pretty nice grouping here. I got 2 misses from the target area. I got to work on that. But this is it for the class. The next step is for me to pick up my certificate. Alright, we're back at the newspaper office. I just completed the 4-hour course at Mass Firearm School in Holliston. And this was my first formal class for firearms. And I learned about storage. I learned about some different nuances with pistols and revolvers. We got to try loading them the correct way. We learned a lot about safety. We had some laser pistols to practice our aiming, and then we got to fire a series of 22 rounds. I'm going to need that certificate when I apply at my local police department in Leominster.